Graduating sucks. When you first start college, everything seems like everything's gonna be great. You know, freshman year, at least for me, freshman year is probably one of the best times of my life. Sophomore year is really great too. And then you get to junior year and it kind of sucks. And then senior year, depression. But you know, you kind of struggle through it. That little piece of paper at the very end, get your money whenever you graduate, and then live your life. But no one really talks about how hard this shit is, really. It's not fun. This is not fun at all. When you get to senior year, maybe even junior year, really, there's a lot of pressure to not only graduate, but to be very successful after you graduate. At least for me, my YouTube recommended is just filled with a bunch of people that are doing so amazingly well in their life when they're like 15. I look at Billie Eilish every day and I'm like, wow, I wish I was good at something. There's a lot of pressure to people that are about to graduate. This can be put on by like your advisors, your friends, family. They're like, hey, you need to start looking for a job right now. What are you gonna do after you graduate? Where are you gonna go? Are you gonna stay here? Did you hear that your friend actually just got married and had kids? What? I feel like when you put on like all this pressure, you're kind of telling yourself that, hey, I have to be successful after I graduate. Looking at a lot of other videos on YouTube, pretty much everything's just filled with positivity, which isn't a bad thing. But there's no way that every single person's gonna have a good time after graduating, like me. And as you can probably tell by the title of this video, I did not have a good time. I graduated last year in a university in Southern Georgia. I don't know if you could see the color of my skin. Not the best idea, but you know, it was fine. I met a lot of cool people and I graduated. When I graduated, I thought to myself that, hey, I'm gonna make it big. I'm gonna make a lot of money. I'm gonna find something out of my major, something I really enjoy. And none of those things really happened. Besides the whole pandemic hitting, it was not a very fun time. There weren't a lot of jobs in my major that made the money that I wanted to make after graduating. Let's talk about job hunting. When you get to junior, senior year, job hunting is probably going to be the main thing that you're going to be doing, along with, you know, passing your classes and not trying to fail out. Depending on whatever major you pick, you might have a very easy time finding a job, or you might have a very hard time finding a job. However, since there's a whole Panera Bread going on at the moment, you're probably gonna have a little hard time of finding a job. And then you might think to yourself, should I go to grad school? But then you're also like, what if I find a hard time finding a job? But let's be positive here. Let's say you graduate. Let's say you actually no, let's not be positive. Job hunting is one of the things in college that people don't really stress enough to you how hard this is. You might be able to find a job, but that job might not be anywhere that you want to be. Let's say you're in a university in the middle of nowhere, Georgia. You might not find a job in the middle of nowhere, Georgia. You might have to move across the country. Let's say you just hate where you are right now. You don't want to be in the middle of nowhere, Georgia. However, all the jobs are in the middle of nowhere, Georgia. The jobs that you might find, maybe nobody's hiring right now, or maybe they're just not hiring at the moment. Maybe you can sign a contract, but that job is going to start from 6 months from now. What am I supposed to do? I got bills. What am I supposed to do? But, you know, let's be a little bit positive. Let's say you find a job. Let's say you find a job after graduating, something that you want to do, something very positive for. It's something that's not only really hard to do, but let's say you do it. Now it's about actually keeping the job. So for me, I got a job in Pittsburgh. All right, I moved from Georgia. Flew all the way to Pittsburgh, my first job ever. I thought I was so happy. I'm about to make actual adult money. And around 2 months, I got fired. What? You see, even if you meet the qualifications to apply for a job after you graduate, it doesn't mean that you're good at it. You can have all the requirements. You can have the Bachelor of Science. You can have the 200 volunteer hours. You could have saved a baby from a burning building. If you're not good at the job, you're going to be let go. And that's really it. Imagine doing 4 to 5 years, completing your degree, for an old person to come up to you and be like, listen, buddy, I just don't think it's a right fit for you, but I'm sorry, I'm going to let you go. Excuse me? Oh yeah, no problem. I'm just going to go back home miles away after I moved and purchase over $1,000, move across the country. Thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. Help me. I thought I was very unique in this position. I thought a lot of people that after they graduate job keep their job. Who would have thought? Apparently, I'm not the only person that has suffered the same thing. Thing is, whenever you graduate, it truly is just a piece of paper. It is only a piece of paper that makes you fill the requirements for the position. However, that does not make you fit for the position. The issue really comes into play is after you graduated and the government starts knocking on that door to pay them back their fucking money, you need a job. It doesn't really matter if you like it or you dislike it, you need a job. That's capitalism, baby. Not only unless you just got really rich, you won the lottery, or you got a really good scholarship or anything, you're gonna have to pay back the money. You're also gonna have to pay money just to live in your apartment, pay maybe like a car note, your water bill, everything just for basic survival. Either A, you're gonna have to find a job that you don't like to just pay the bills, or B, you might be living back with your parents. And to a lot of people, that's not really an option. I know a lot of people that their parents are pretty much saying, yeah, you're grown, you're not coming back home, bro. Good luck. Be safe out there. You get fired from a job, you're struggling trying to find a new job that can pay the amount of money to pay your bills. So you're now working some random 9-to-5 job just to pay off the bills that you have to pay just to keep roof over your head. I'm in the middle of a bunch of interviews right now, but these interviews aren't quick. I might be in like a 1 to 2 month interview process where I'm just draining my entire bank, hoping McDonald's accepts my application until the next career job pops up. Which, speaking of, you could actually help me not be homeless by hitting the like button. Yeah, you knew it was coming. Hit the like button. I don't want to be homeless. Please, hit it. All right, we did it for you. Thank you. Let's say everything goes fine for you. Let's say you find a job. Let's say you don't have any sort of trouble finding a job after you graduate. Everything's good. Now's, in my opinion, probably the hardest part. The in-between. Life in between college and the next step is strange. In university, in high school, every single aspect of your life before you graduated, your entire life was in steps. You went from grade 1 to 5, 5 to 10, went through high school, went through college. Every single thing that you were doing was pursued to next grade. Whenever you graduate, whenever you're job hunting, whenever you're trying to figure out what's next, you can't move on to the next step of your life. Let's say you want to get married, let's say you want to have kids, till you figure out what happens in between, which is completely up to you. First, you need to live. You have to first find an apartment. You have to transition from now living on campus to living by yourself, or maybe living with your parents, living to your very first apartment. It's a completely different scenario where you're now living in a huge community of people your age you see all the time, to now living by yourself with your dog and not knowing anyone. You have to be comfortable with not only moving to a different part of like a new city, moving to a different country, you have to be comfortable with being alone. Another really hard thing that you have to realize is that the world still moves with or without you. And honestly, that hurts the most. I could get fired from 2 separate jobs. I can figure out how I'm supposed to afford this apartment without you hitting the like button. And nobody cares. No one cares at all. The same people that are walking down the street, doing whatever they're doing, are living their completely separate lives and have nothing to do with me. The biggest thing really is that whether university prepped you or not, everything's gonna be fine. There's a lot that's going to happen in between your life. I can only say so much since I'm only a year out from graduating. A lot has happened already. I know a lot's going to happen in the future. It's going to be all right. Maybe enough people hit the like button. This takes off, and I don't have to worry about finding the next job I get fired from. Who knows? I don't know. That's really all I got. I don't really know how to end this video. This is probably going to be the most depressing video I ever post on YouTube, but we got to get used to talking. Have a good one. Hit the like button. I don't really know how to end this video, so I'm just gonna end it right here. All right, cool. See you next time.